There's no Ruby out here. It's 6:38. I am doing okay. I'm not early and I'm not late, but I did all the chores, so that's a good thing. And my hands are full, so I can not unplug while filming. I am liking that color this morning. That's the way to start a week, I tell you. Very pretty. Well, we're already up to 49 degrees out there. It was a really pretty sunrise this morning. We're entering downtown at 7:16 a.m., so we are on time. So Johnny just hopped out of the car a few minutes ago. I'm over here in the church parking lot doing my Pokemon Go thing, getting ready to head back to Fuquay to the house. I'm headed over to Michelle's this morning. I think we've established on the channel that Michelle is not real fond of cooking. And then I probably am pretty fond of cooking. So I talked her into getting an Instant Pot. And she and her family love cheesecake. And I'm headed over there this morning to show her how to use the Instant Pot and to help her make a cheesecake. Yeah, that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And we may go shop a little bit and or get something for lunch. She's not able to go tomorrow on our normal Tuesday day. She's having a piece of furniture delivered, and so we're probably going to get in a little bit of that today. So I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun. Of course, I'll have to come. I don't have Dawn to come get Johnny in the afternoon, so whatever we end up doing, you know, I need to be back in downtown at the normal school pickup time, but that's okay. So Dawn and Kyle are up. They're up early. They're going to take a little side trip on the way home. That's going to take them not a direct route back to North Carolina. I'm not going to say any more details about that yet, but I'll let you know. And so they're up and at 'em this morning because they've got a day of driving ahead of them. You know, Fully Charged Live was just Saturday and Sunday over the weekend. And they're essentially headed back home now, but not by a direct route. So, yeah, we should be getting some more on the road, charging stop, trip info, that kind of thing coming from them today. So to help Michelle make this cheesecake, we need just a few items. Namely, I think Oreo cookies for the crust. So I'm running into Walmart. I got the Oreo cookies. It's a week away, but they're ready. This is going to be a very short 10-minute stop. I mostly came home to carry food up the hill to the feral cat. I can't seem to get him to come on any regular basis, and if he sees me, he runs. He is neutered, but he is a really scared guy. And if I put the food out there before I leave in the morning and it's still dark outside, then the raccoons and the possums just eat the food and he doesn't get it. So maximum chance he has a time that he feels safe to come out and go over and get the food is if I put it out. Seems between, you know, 9 and 10 in the morning. So Let me go feed him, grab a couple things out of the refrigerator, and get back on the road. All right, I'm all set. Even if I don't get back before I go to get Johnny from downtown, everything at the house is good. So I showed Michelle how to make a handle with the aluminum foil. Here, can you see? So you lift up your pan, you put it in your pot. We're gonna have water under the cheesecake. So we're gonna set the cheesecake pan on top of the hard-boiled egg thing, because this will mean the water will only be up to like here. So we'll steam the cheesecake, but we won't have any chance of getting water in the Oreo cookie crust. I'm showing her how to open and close it, and she says, what?
It just reminds me of something from the cryo freeze, like from a space alien movie. There's like eggs in there, or a head, maybe head of Walt Disney.
Too funny. So all of those graham cracker, cookie crumble crust, like sometimes you use ginger snaps, sometimes graham crackers, sometimes Oreo cookies. They all start with smashing them up and putting in some butter. Now don't use the head of the hammer, turn the hammer sideways. Yes, and now you don't have to mash. So she's having a frustrating morning, something to do with the school play and costumes and stuff. So take out your frustration on the Oreo cookies. Serious, you don't have to hit it too hard. There you go. That's about the right. And just go until the Oreo cookies are harder to smash than graham crackers and ginger snaps because of the cream. Just do the best you can.
That you had to do it by hand.
Well, I was just laughing at the way you were holding it, like it was a, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like she's got her, like a guy with a drill. Okay, so you need to cream that a little bit. Start out low and then go faster. The recipe is simple, and I'll put it in the video description. The cheesecake is ready to go. I told Michelle it was really important with the big chunks not to pulverize them because you don't want your white cheesecake to look like crumbs of chocolate chip cookies. And then we've got a cup and a half of water, and you need some sort of a trivet. Any one of the Instant Pot ones will do. Michelle, has this new hard-boiled egg insert. That'll be fine. We're going to stick the cheesecake in now. So 35 minutes on manual, 10 minutes on warm cancel, and then take it out. So 45 minutes, but I was telling Michelle, you really got to add on an extra 5 or 10 minutes for it to get up to pressure that they don't add into the cooking time. So it'll start counting down after this is kind of like the preheat. So we're gonna go do something until it's ready. Now I warned her when she pushes on, well, you can unplug it, that doesn't matter. But the real important thing is you got to slide that thing to the side, and it's going to make it, not your hand over top of.
Oh, that's right.
Remember, not your hand over top of the little button.
Oh, do I need
here, push it. It's going to make a big noise.
Oh, okay.
More, farther, all the way over. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
So when you let it sit for 10 minutes, it has let some of the steam out, which is one of the reasons you're doing that. Actually, usually when I do it, I have a lot more steam. So go ahead and open the lid now, and it's done with the pressure part. And just set that someplace.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't let the water drip over it.
It's good, it's good.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Hers rose. Mine didn't seem to do that, but it looks great. It's totally set and cool, and it looks good. All right, we're going in for beef stew ingredients, namely the beef.
Totally love you.
Aww.
I feel like I'm on a cooking show.
So we're prepping beef stew, and she'll put it on to actually steam it, like an hour, 45 minutes before you're ready to eat. But we're going to do all the prep work now and then just shove the pot in the refrigerator. All right, the stew is all prepped. We're going to pull that out and put it in the refrigerator. It'll have peas added, and then a cornstarch water mixture for thickening. So usually when I'm at Michelle's house, you know, I got lots of kids getting in and out of Ruby, and I'm never in Michelle's garage, so this is like the only place I have full open set. I am gonna press the trunk here in a minute. And I noticed that at Michelle's house, it goes all the way up. Now at my house, I do not have full open set, so maybe that has a little something to do with why, I mean, at home it's not going up tons. It still is going up more than it was before I readjusted it. Michelle has an Amazon package. Yay! Oh God, and all of that mail. Well, I want you to know that John Heister Chevrolet here in Fuquay does have a brand new Bolt. Their website said they did, and I wondered. So I stopped in. A sticker, $42,985. Wow. I'm sure you could leave the lot for less than that, but that is some weird camo pearlescent looking dash stuff there. Well, they do have one at least. I thought they had two, but I can see one. So we're on our way to pick up Johnny. We're gonna go grab some lunch. Of course, Johnny's had lunch, but that'll basically be his dinner. And we swung into our favorite pawn shop in Garner and didn't see anything today. All right, it being sunny and 75, it makes up for standing out there in the cold on Saturday. I'm just saying, I can deal with this. Sunny and 75. We waited for you, buddy. We were good moms today. I can't believe, I mean, I know they sell these rocking chairs and stuff out here, but my word, there's a lot of them here. It must be going to be spring soon. Oh, that's right. It's 75 today. It was nice to see Miss Michelle for a special midweek lunch, right? Yeah, we kind of ate at Cracker Barrel. It was good. It was yummy. It was good. Johnny had chicken fried steak. I don't think it looked quite as good as the stuff Mr. Don had, but I guess the idea kind of stayed in your head. Well, we dropped Michelle off and visited with the family and the pets again, and we're headed back to the house now. The guys are making good time. I think they're in Little Rock, Arkansas now, so we're home, and I opened the door and Johnny said, "Mom, it's really high." So we were over at Miss Michelle's house and I opened it, and it had raised fully open for the Falcon Wing doors at that location. I had set that up one time when you kids were loading in, and I wondered if that had to do with it, but so I'm surprised now that we're back home that it's still opening up that high. Interesting. Ruby and I drove 119.4 miles today. From the map here, Don and Kyle headed out of Austin today, but they didn't exactly head back toward North Carolina. Instead, they headed sort of north and then east and then north some more. We'll talk a little bit more about where this is in a few minutes. So Don's first post of the day is we are somewhere in Texas. Let me turn on the sound and... Gotta love Texas. They love their speed, baby. Gotta love Texas. They love their speed, baby. Yeah, that's an 80-mile-per-hour speed limit sign there that they passed quickly. So, yeah, apparently there were quite a few people on the road today booking. So they got an early start. They were up not too long after I was up this morning here on the East Coast, and of course they're on Central Time. So a little while later in the morning, they pulled over for their first supercharger stop in Italy, Texas. And let me see if I can make it big today, if it will play with good without cutting in and out.
So we're getting off here at charger in something. What was it? Italy, Texas.
At the Love's truck stop.
At the Love's truck stop.
I should say travel center.
Travel. That's right. That's right. It's now a travel center since it does alternate fuel vehicles.
Now I paused it here because I've seen this clip before, and Don's fixing to make a comment about this pedestal here. It's not exactly straight.
Somebody got a little too much Texas love for that supercharger cabin. So
that's funny. They're funny. So it's 9:16 a.m. The car's charging, or getting ready to start charging, I guess here. It's at 23%. I thought that was, pretty full still for them. I was like, I didn't know Kyle pulled into superchargers at 23%. Anyway, I thought it was cute. And here's a picture of the Model 3 at the supercharger with the Shell gas station sign in the background. Been a while since I've seen the Shell. So a little later on, they're in this place called Sulphur Springs, and apparently if you're in Texas, you really need to stop here because it's super pretty. Let's go back to large screen. I can't go between stops without going out and coming back in. It's just the way this works.
Oh, look at this little town, Sulphur Springs. How nice. Very nice. Very impressed. Very pretty. I can see why when Tesla was looking for a supercharger location, said, this really isn't that bad. Oh, look at this little town.
Yep, it does look really pretty. All of that brick streets there, and it goes on for a ways. Don's going to show us another clip. It's like, wow, there's some real money to have those streets like that. So I think here he's showing maybe where they ate versus where they went to the supercharger. I'm sorry, I'm not 100% sure there. Okay, this is actually in Texarkana is their next stop, I guess. Yeah, in an hour and 27 minutes, so they're somewhere south of Texarkana.
Here we are going down Sulphur Springs, this nice little boulevard. We're following navigation, what it wants us to do, and it basically took us down that nice little brick road. Look at that courthouse or something. Wow. I'm telling you, kitten, that you'd be like wild right here. Holy cow.
Is beautiful.
I'm telling you.
You should have one-wheeled around.
Yeah. If you're going through, what is it, I-20?
I don't know.
You need to hit this Sulphur Springs, folks.
Yeah.
This is a very nice place. Maybe not in the middle of the night because there's everything's going to be closed, but during the middle of the day, this is a good little place, I think, to stop and eat lunch and spend a little extra time exploring the little town. It's all within easy walking distance of the supercharger. I mean, like that was like one block. The courthouse was one block. And there's yet another church or something here.
Kind of a fancy building.
Really
wow. I'm impressed.
Nice.
Here we are going down.
Okay, so the first clip, I guess they were getting back in the car after the supercharger. I didn't know that because in this case there was not a picture showing the charging, so I got a little confused. But hey, it was beautiful there, and if I'd have been there, I would have been like taking pictures. I mean, there's even like pansy flowers or something over there. Yeah, that was really pretty, really nice stop. Their next stop was in Saltillo.
So we're doing 90, and this car just passed us.
And everyone behind us is cruising too.
Yeah.
90's just cruising in Texas.
Yeah, 90 is the cruising speed in Texas.
Let's see how fast this guy's actually going.
Let's see how fast he's going.
All right, so to catch up, we're going to do 111.
111, there we go.
But he is cruising
95?
95, I think, yeah.
I think, yes. So this guy's cruising at 95 in his Nissan. Yeah, baby.
Wow.
So we're doing 90.
So they weren't actually stopped in Saltillo. They were just commenting on how fast. I guess when it's 80 and people are doing 10 over, that's just, 90 is par for the course there. American flag. I think in this case, that house up on the hill must be super pretty, but the sky and the fence and everything, it's just pretty scenery there. And Don noticed Amazon Prime. There was another video earlier that I've already gone through where I saw a Prime truck pass them. So when you're near the interstate, when Don and we found out, like when we went up to the Amazon tour up in Virginia, there were just a lot of Amazon trucks on the road, a lot of trucks carrying Amazon stuff. So the next charging stop was in Red Lick. They pulled in, starting to charge at 8%. That's more like it. Guess you don't want to get caught out there in the middle of Texas, though. And
so we're doing a pretty good charge here, 148, 148 kilowatts. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's cutting out on me again here. I don't know why.
You're in Texarkana.
Texarkana. Come on, finished.
So we're doing a pretty good chart.
Okay. I don't think there's any more. Is there another clip from Texarkana? No, just those two. And then the next stop that he logged is Little Rock, Arkansas. We're now at 3:05 in the afternoon, so they've been on the road like 8 hours already at this point. They've been on the road for a while. And I think this is them getting ready to pull into, or maybe it's just documenting they're in Little Rock. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Because that's the only one. It's the only picture that uploaded from Little Rock. It's possible there are some other pictures, but they're not uploaded. And then the last time I heard from them so far for tonight, because Don was telling me he was having self signals problems, Sprint or his phone. One of the two was not charging well. So here, Don's going to tell us why they're at Chatamo. Electrify America in a Walmart parking lot instead of at a supercharger.
So we're in Forest City, Arkansas at Electrify America. We're charging on the Chatamo adapter. We're charging up so that we don't have to go 5 miles into Memphis. And then 5 miles back out of Memphis, so it's like at least a 10-mile out of the way to hit the supercharger since we're going north. If we were going straight home, it would be no problem. We would just hit the supercharger, but we want to swing north in Interstate 2.
Yeah, I don't know why it's cutting
Missouri,
in and out.
Cape Girardeau that we're trying to take.
Did Don say where they're headed? I think he did.
Actually hits before or on the west side.
Yeah, I'm going to make it smaller again, see if it will.
Of Memphis, so we won't have to go all the way into Memphis. Avoid that traffic. But this is the nice Electrify America. It's working well. We're charging very close to 50 kilowatts. So,
yeah, I left Don a message on that one, and I don't know why that one's cutting in and out like that. I left him a message and said, and you did go inside and check the matchbox for those Tesla Convoy vans when you went to use the bathroom, right? You walked past the Hot Wheels aisle. Hopefully for him, the answer to that will be a satisfactory one. So they are in Cape Girardeau. I can see that they're there. It's near midnight. I know they were on the road for forever. Like I said, I know Don was having trouble with his phone. If he pings me here in a little bit and this app updates, I'll come back in and finish showing you the rest. There's got to be at least one more charging stop in there, plus them reaching their final destination. But they are there, and if you've ever watched Jack Ricard's video, you'll know that he is in Cape Girardeau, and he will be expecting the guys to come and see him tomorrow morning. Well, and I have the last stop of the night before their destination, Cape Girardeau. Chow time, they were in Minor, Missouri, I guess. Yeah, Minor, Missouri, right. So this was at 8:24 p.m. They were pulling off, and Don has a few things to say here. Let's see what he says. Oh, got to turn the sound back.
Minor, what state?
Missouri.
Missouri. Minor, Missouri.
Yeah.
Really nice restaurant.
Yeah, it is. Ruby Tuesday. Waitress has been really sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she wait for our dessert. But unfortunately, the dang car was finished charging before we could finish eating.
I think normally I would have just left the car at the supercharging since no one is here. But in the app it said 50% were full.
Right.
So I don't quite understand why it would show that.
Yeah, we were the only one that's sort of cheap, I guess. So anyway, we're waiting. The car's out front. Kyle just got back from moving it up over here. We're waiting for our lava cake, chocolate lava cake.
That's what John had yesterday.
Ruby Tuesday, and where are we?
Well, that's good. That's good. They seem like they're in really good spirits there. So they did get to Cape Girardeau. They are checked into their hotel. They are going to get some rest. Like I said, they're meeting Jack tomorrow morning. I think they said 9:30. So that should be really exciting. Kyle shared with me his Tesla report for today's driving. Let me pull that up and share just a couple of key numbers off of that. The Tesla output that Kyle shared with me, you saw the map on the Polar Steps app, but this map in Tesla is showing you the state boundaries better. And I was really surprised to see that they really were on the border of Arkansas and Tennessee, just so close there. That kind of put it in perspective for me. So I'm impressed. They went 820 miles today with an efficiency of just shy of 73%. And they were on the road for 11 hours and 9 minutes with a watt hour per mile of 309. So it looks like they stopped to charge a total of 8 times today. It's hard for me to know for sure if that's exactly right, because the way Tesla does things is if you have to move pedestals, it acts as a separate charge, even though you're still at the same supercharger. But even if we're talking 8 stops, the 8 stops were in 2 hours and 10 minutes and 1 hour and 18 minutes. So that would be 3 hours and 30 minutes for 8 stops. So to me, they really were hardly stopped at all, is how I'm reading that. They, stopped when they needed to charge. They had lunch, they had dinner, but they really were not at any one place too long. Charge till you can get to the next stop, leave and go. So that's some pretty interesting numbers there today. I'm sure Don or Kyle could put a little bit of an additional twist on it, but that's pretty impressive. Average temp there today was 64, so it was pretty warm.